So what is your Ask the Pastor question, Mike?
Okay, Kirk. So from a biblical and godly perspective, how do you deal with continued false accusation against you and restore the relationships that once were and regain the trust that was spoiled from past mistakes?
Sounds like you gave some thought to that. So I think of it this way. Let's break it down into those three things, because it was three things. So if dealing with continued false accusations, that's something we all kind of go through sometime in our life. I go all the way back to Exodus, the 10 Commandments. And one of them says, you shall not give false testimony to your neighbor or against your neighbor. And that's been really a cornerstone of how we should treat one another. You think of false accusations, what do they arise from? What causes people to have or to falsely accuse someone else?
Just think something bad of them.
Yeah, or they're just like, maybe they want revenge or personal gains or trying to get an advantage over people, jealousy even. I think it just kind of exposes what's at the heart at it. So we have to deal with them according to what I think the New Testament tells us about trials, tribulations. And I said this morning, made reference to it in James. It says, James 1, 2-4, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you can be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And then in verse 12 it says, blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. So we're not going to we can't make it stop. And it's obviously a violation of God's character for what he intended for us. So that's the other person. But when you think about restoring the relationship, the second part of your question, I think the only hope we have to restore things is to do it the Jesus way. And you remember what he says in Matthew 18 about if someone sins against you, what you're supposed to do?
Well, you forgive them.
What do you do first, though, before I read it, see if you remember?
I don't remember.
Here's what he says. And this was a question posed to him, and he's answering it. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you've gained your brother. But if he does not listen, take one or two others along with you, that every charge may be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. And if he refuses to listen even to the church, let him be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Now that doesn't mean we hate them. It means that that trust has been broken, And this is the pattern for us to try to, regain this restoration. And it doesn't always work, but if we try it that way, we can have a clear conscience. That's what your question made me think about. So when someone falsely accuses me, they don't care. How do I get through it? Well, I try to do it that way, but then if they refuse it, at least I have a clear conscience because I tried. Because we can't make anybody do the things that they're supposed to do, and it doesn't always work. But think about the broken relationships that happen from false accusations. And you sit there and you wonder, why would they say that about me? It's not true at all. It hurts our heart. But I think we have to realize that it takes both people to make it right. I think is that what you struggle with? That's what I struggle with.
Yeah.
And it's like you care about them. It hurts so bad. So I think we're supposed to do our part as much as it depends on us and leave the rest of it up to God. But then the third part there that you asked, regaining the trust. I think that's maybe the hardest, the lost trust from these past accusations. And Proverbs, man, I think it sets it right. Here's what it says in 4:23-25. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Keep your mouth free of perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Fixing your gaze seems to be a theme today. But I think the truth is we may never regain that trust. And someone who hurts us by falsely accusing us, slandering us, making up other hurtful things, forgiveness and restoration don't always happen together. Like we say, forgive and forget, right?
Right.
But the hurt is still there because we are fallen people. I think we can forgive and let go of our anger or the hurt, but if the other person's unwilling to fix it, then we have to move on so that we don't keep getting victimized, because I think that's really important. The key is, if they're truly sorry, then we're supposed to forgive them, and we're supposed to make every effort, to treat each other right. But it's hard when it's only one-sided.
Yep.
I don't know. I've had things happen in my life where I've gone to someone and showed them and said, "Hey, that really hurt," and they say, I don't have anything to be sorry about. And that's even worse. But I think about the conversation with, remember when Peter asked Jesus, "Hey, how many times should I forgive my brother who sins against me?" He says, "How many times should I forgive him? Up to 7 times?" And Jesus says, "No, not 7, but 70 times 7.
And he's not talking about the 70 times 7 is 490.
Not right.
It's just an infinite amount.
That's what it represents, yeah. And Luke 17:4 even adds to it. This is what Jesus said: "Even if they sin against you 7 times in a day, and 7 times come back to you saying, 'I repent,' you must forgive them." But what's the key there? They come and they say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I repent."
Right.
That's kind of this whole question. What do you do about someone who you want to forgive them, you want to make it right, but they don't care about making it right?
Right.
And I think the point is that we should always be open to that forgiveness and that reconciliation as long as the conditions are right, but we can't always control the conditions. And when I say that, I mean both the accuser and the accused are willing to work it out humbly and make peace, but we can only do our part. And I think probably to sum it up and close this whole question, Romans 12:18, I love this verse. It says, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with all men." And that just kind of captures it. I've been falsely accused. I want to make it right. I want to forgive them. I can't stop them from saying those things, but I can guard my heart. Does that answer your question? Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
In those situations, what I do is I just ask God for forgiveness for the person.
Yeah, it's
and to strengthen me.
Yeah, and it's like that bag of rocks. When you don't forgive someone,
Right.
it plays on you and you carry it around, and it's not hurting them.
Right.
It's hurting you. So the forgiveness is for our benefit too.
Just lay it at God's feet.
Yeah. Thanks for asking the question.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. That's a wrap.